So guys, a Ghanaian national was killed during the June the 30th protest in South Africa, and some protesters break into the houses of some stronger nationals and other foreign nationals, telling them to leave. Some of them were even taking their bath in the bathroom. They removed them there naked. They got them well beaten, and they were asking them to leave the country. Please listen to this from this lady. Now, that was not all. Watch this other group of South Africans who were attacking a foreigner inside his car, told him that he should go and open his shop immediately. And the man had no choice than to go open the shop. And you can see how these people entered there, looted, began removing things, taking anything that they want, as if it is their hard-earned money. Now, you've seen it for yourselves. So the question I should be asking here is that, are other African countries permitted to retaliate against what is happening to their fellow brothers and sisters in South Africa? We also have South Africans in other African countries. They are there in Nigeria, they are there in Ghana, they are there in Kenya, they are there in Malawi, and they are in all over other African countries. So if all these countries start retaliating against the South Africans there, is it going to be a fair play? Because you can't be doing this to your fellow brothers and saying that illegal migration. At first we thought this protest was something that was really peaceful, but we never knew that behind the scenes there were a lot of things that happened without us knowing. It is just after that the media is unveiling everything as it went on. So are other African countries allowed to retaliate? Like those white South Africans came out to speak out about their disappointment in everything that was going on June the 30th. We can now see that the leaders of the March and March and all the other anti-immigration leaders, instead of them pushing that the illegal migrants should leave the country, they have instead started a form of infighting and division.
I just want to reflect on something that I saw on social media. Have you been able to have a conversation with President Cyril Ramaphosa? Of course, I understand that March and March Associates and Ngizwe and Pagan Mtakati had a conversation with the president. Have you been part of any of those conversations? Have you met with the president?
No.
Were you aware of that meeting? And are you aware perhaps of what came out there? Of course, you do share the same sentiments. So have you engaged with March and March Associates about that meeting? Jacinta, thank you very much for your time.
And this started when this man called Pakel, I don't know the leader of which vigilante group he is, but he is one of the leaders of the illegal migration, one of the illegal migration leaders. He went with, I think, with his team and met the President Ramaphosa. And he said he went to discuss some things with President, but he did not inform the leader of the March and March, Jacinta, and Jacinta and the other leaders knew nothing about. We know for sure that before, Jacinta has been accusing the government of not doing their job, but to her greatest surprise, one of her counterparts went and met the president. On the president's part, the president said he met with him to make sure that the march they want to do is peaceful, and to what they saw on that day, it was largely peaceful. Yes. Now, Paquet on his own part said almost the same thing, that he went to assure the president that the march they are doing is going to be a peaceful march. But he didn't inform Jacinta. And secondly, he is not obligated to report to March and March. And thirdly, he owes no one any explanation of what he is doing, because he is an independent body. He is not reporting to anyone. And fourthly, he can't call Jacinta late at 8 o'clock in the night to be telling her what was going on. After all, she is married to Mr. Zuma. So that is how it played.
No, I did not call Usis Jacinta because we were going to meet in the march in the morning. I met the president from 9 o'clock to 11:30 because we had to wait for him for almost 1.5 hours for him to come into that meeting. The meeting was only 10 minutes. He asked questions, I answered him. He asked me if I can postpone, I said no. And then he said, please keep it peaceful and people must carry on with their constitutional right. I did not call Jacinta, one, because I went to that meeting as Insizwa Nomzizwa. I don't report to March and March. Secondly, it was very late and I don't speak to Jacinta after 8 o'clock because she's a wife to Mr. Zuma. And we have our own meetings, secret meetings where we sit and talk.
How many undocumented migrants left the country on June 30th? You can ask yourself, because they gave a deadline earlier that all the undocumented migrants must leave. But rather, what we are having is having someone to come and testify that they raided their homes and even removed her sister when her sister was having her bath naked. They entered there and caused all sorts of atrocities, asking them to leave the country. And the others, when they see you, you are black, you are African, they will tell you you are illegal, so you have to leave the country. But they don't go where they are white. And we know there is a particular state in South Africa where blacks are not allowed, only whites are there. Why are these people not going there to tell the whites that they should leave the country? Why are they not telling also the Pakistanis and the Indians and all the other white community that is in South Africa that they should leave the country? So that is what everyone is wondering. And all the atrocities that are being committed by these groups are not something that is supposed to be taken. And if all other African countries begin retaliating against these things that are happening in South Africa, is it going to be a good move? I want you to share your thoughts on this in the comment section below. And don't, of course, forget to subscribe to the channel for more analysis.